which fight will be taken? Because you are coming from the same course, almost same percentage, same bracket, same grading. So what makes the difference? Starting from the first impression, very much true. Our knowledge, our skills,
confidence,
personality, confidence, attitude, yes. And all these things are linked with how do we feel about ourselves. We cannot be confident if we don't feel that way. It's not something to taken from outside world. It has to come from within. So what are first impressions? Handshake?
Physical appearance.
the way we enter
Okay, we didn't shook our hand, right? Still, did you make some first impression about me? So it's beyond handshake. Handshake could be a part. Right. So handshake is again a part to make or break the deal, but sometimes we do not even reach to that level where we are given an opportunity to shake the hand. So it's, and how long does it take to get an impression about someone?
10 seconds.
10 seconds? Few minutes? 10 seconds. So within 10 seconds you all had an impression about me. Here we are talking about in the perspective of interview, a scene where we are going to get a job. So do you think interviews would give you more time? Like you said, you might be kind enough to maybe change your impression or give me more time to think maybe positive. But would interviews do that? They have to screen so many candidates. Right, everyone? Do we make an impression when we talk with someone?
Yes.
Only then we make that impression. So, we break up on a first impression once we right. Physical appearance. So, that is the basis of first impression. The visuals. We always do not get chance to speak or interact. So, it starts from visuals. So, do we need to work on our visuals? Right? See, people, they listen through their eyes first. So if we speak from our mouth, maybe not reach their eyes. Isn't it? We have to be more conscious and cautious about our visuals, the visual display, because we are always a visual display. Right? So we'll see how we can work upon that when we are going for an interview. So another word of caution, it's not about creating something which is not you. It is about projecting an image in a better person.
Two different things. One perspective is to be in front of an interview.
Right.
And the second perspective is how you are in your close relationships. There you are building these perceptions. There is a later. So that is why we normally have been living that phase of life. And this part where we have to project just an impression and things work on those impressions, those moments are rare in our everyday lives. So maybe that part has just gone a little unnoticed and unworked upon.
Right.
So this is where we need to work upon. The reason being, we are not dealing with friends and other relations.
Thinking about our
Accept us as we are, and we don't even bother about our first impressions.
Right.
So that is another
Yes.
yes.
So for students' perspective, you are just like this and your parents take it. You need not to prove your friends take it. I have a few clients, I have a few examples, so I'll share that with you. I'm adding to that point. There's a case of a homemaker, MBA graduate, and very well, having a very successful corporate career. She chose to leave that to raise her kids. And then she wasn't worried about her first impression or last impression or any kind of impression, because now she's at home. And most of the time relaxed in a very casual or even night dress whole day. So what happened over the years when kids, they grew up, there was a time they need to take the counseling for, taking further steps into education, where should we go? So they used to wait for their dad while their mother was equally qualified. Why so? Because the impression, the children formed over the years is that mom is just household work. We don't do that, but as an image consultant, I I will say, if you really want, if you enjoy and want to be up there, be careful about your impressions, even when you're dealing with your family, with your friends, or even when you're going out for shopping. Why do we form first impressions? We make first impressions because we want to reduce any kind of loss to us, and we want to maximize any kind of gain to us. That's why we have that tendency. So we have a body image from our birth. That is related to our physical appearance. And we cannot do anything much to change that. And we are not here to advocate that we change that. No, not at all. All thanks to God, whatever way He has created us. Then it comes to self-image. How we feel about ourselves, not just about our physical appearance, but our mental capabilities, our social skills. That's the perception we have about ourselves. That leads to self-esteem. Confidence, it comes when we know that we are kind of good in some skills. So can self-confidence come from a negative or low self-esteem or a negative self-image? And if we are low in self-confidence, can we project good impressions when we master the skills which we have? And then actualization is a stage where we use those skills to get our goal. Why is it important to manage your image? So it is important for successful career, successful social life, personal relationships, all aspects of us everywhere. People judge us and then they treat us, right? So if you want someone to comply with your request, you need to work on your image management, and we all need that in every walk of life. We want people to say yes to us. Who wants that to hear a no? Anyone? No. We need to work on that. Trusting you with information, again, with the first impression, we give a cue whether we are trusting. Elements of image. First is clothing, because we are talking about it starts from visual image. That's the part of your image management. You have to think about what kind of clothing you are wearing. Second is grooming. We'll discuss about that. Third is body language, including etiquette, and we are going to cover corporate etiquette. And the last is vocal communication. The way we clothe, the way we groom, it affects the way we think. A very successful person, do you think of someone who's very much bad in appearance in terms of clothing, who's totally lacking the grooming which is required, who's pathetic in communication skills, who's lacking manners, who's disrespectful? Is there any single person who falls into this category with those qualities or not, or bad qualities? So, do we want to be successful? I can't hear. Yes. So, what do we need to work upon? With the educational qualification, finally, what do we need to work upon?